dans le ciel, nocturnement récompense. Je t'attends seul dans le noir, confession.
Now, the eldest, step right up. Hello, my only friend. It feels good. Like being hugged by the sun. It is a brilliant feeling. Like the start of spring. Thanks. If I make human friends someday, I'll tell you. You may not always be my only friend, but you'll always be my first friend.
about what I said before. Just think, if we can save them here, we could alter Krot's future. For the better, I hope. But put that aside. Leia's fighting alone. How could we not help? So, what do you say, pal?
This wretched cold. What I wouldn't give for a strong drink. Indeed, it feels as if we're at the end of the world here. Something scarred this place. The alchemists and their deadly infighting. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a living, breathing merchant who wants to stay that way. Let's stick to business.
I wanted more, until my avarice sent me scouring off with an imperial clone! The performance of Adelina, crouched together in prima donna, is about to begin! I have won! I caught you! Fish, you and I, for 3 days and 3 nights we battled. I never slept nor ate. I fought and fought until I triumphed. They all said I would never catch any fish. But I am a fisherman. The last fisherman of Krat. If not I, then who? I rowed out to prove that even the greatest fish of the sea could not defeat me. Indeed, I did. I caught it. I fought the beast for 3 days and 3 nights. No food, no sleep. In the end, I caught it with my bare hands. A great toll is taken on my body. Why? Because I am a fisherman, of course. The petrification disease, carcass monsters, none of that matters. Any day the sun also rises, so does the tide. And a fisherman must head to sea to bring in the catch. That's what I wanted to teach the fools in the village. You would help an old man. Refreshing in one so young. All right, go to the village and find that foolish brat, Manolin. Find him and tell him I caught the fish. And get the beer he holds for me. After battling this fish for 3 days, I am exhausted. It's time to celebrate my triumph. And a beer is just what I need.
How in the world are you still alive? You really are one of the luckiest fellows I've ever met. All that effort to stop you down the drain. Proud of yourself? It's no great mystery, lad. For myself, obviously. Wait, you expected some grand speech on justice, honor, and duty? Meaningless concepts in this world. No speeches, just action. I just need to carry out my part in Sir Simon's grand plan. And then, I'll reap all the rewards I have sown. Whoever lives, dies, or fights means nothing to me. Let us take you, for example. You think your story means anything? You are a nuisance. To be disposed of. A nobody. Veronique was a nuisance too. One who dug too deep. The legendary stalker and the leader of the sweepers. Two troublesome sides of the same coin. It is indeed unfortunate that my trap built for two snared only one. That so-called legend, Leia Florence, evaded my scheme. But you know where she is, don't you? I'm so glad you mentioned this. Of course, I too want only peace. You see, I abhor violence. We are not savages, my good fellow. I am grateful the alchemist dealt with Veronique. I find such things distasteful. Now, it's your turn. And what could be a more peaceful solution than you simply not resisting and allowing me to do what I must? You... On to more legendary challenges, for she too will die. You truly are, and in more ways than one. But the game ends here. Behold, an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemists as reward for my contribution. Wait. What is happening? My dear, good, kind fellow, hear me out, please. I can explain everything, all of it. Please, just don't kill me. All this happened, all of it, because of the alchemist and their damned infighting. I had to pick a side. Don't you see? I'd have ended up like Veronique, or your precious legend. I had to choose. I chose Simon's side. I only did what he commanded. Please, I beg for mercy. If I did evil, it was not of my design, it was them. This isn't common knowledge. But when Valentinus ran things, she was, what was it, off limits. Whatever she got up to, we were told to ignore it, to pretend it wasn't happening. But even as Simon gathered more power and influence, she remained loyal to Valentinus, and when she and Simon came into direct conflict, a bounty was quietly and unofficially placed on her head. Competition was fierce. Veronique's faction targeted her repeatedly, and our side couldn't disobey orders. This is a mistake. But how? The alchemist gave me this elixir, no middleman. For the cure, it was complete. Worked on carcasses, they said. I was to have a stronger body, one immune to disease and infection. I was to become. But no. It must have been a mistake. They gave me the wrong one. The wrong elixir. I must have treatment. I must, my good, kind fellow. Please, sir. What? No. How could you? You promised. You promised you would let me live. Please. Please. They promised. The alchemist. I must go to them. I must go to them and get my cure. No. I was chosen!
I'll be honest, it's the terrible conclusion that schemers like him face in the end. What a fall from grace. He had everything. Why throw it all away like this? Do I even want to know what was in that cell? Or what kind of monster it was? Probably not. But here's hoping a deranged beast hasn't been set loose upon the world.
But time flies. much to do. I must now bid you all adieu. I have more debts to collect. The one who left me in such a wretched state. They call her the legendary stalker now. Such a splendid little title. And she owes it all to me. It's only fitting to congratulate her in person. See the truth behind the legend. But I sure won't be doing that here with you idiots. It's time I paid a visit to the zoo and remind her of her debt. Oh, I'll let you know you are a clever one.
Any enemy of the alchemists is a friend of mine. Come. This is a surprise. None of the keys I have fit this cipher machine. I thought I'd gathered nearly all of them. Perhaps one of the alchemists or one of their associates possesses the key. They often conceal cipher keys in their clothing. If you bring me the garments of any suspicious persons, I'm sure I can reveal the secret pockets. I can't believe the leader of the bastards was conspiring with the alchemists. I never realized their interests had become so entwined. Well, let me take a look at those clothes for a moment. You see this double lining? It contains a hidden pocket for hiding valuables. I'd hoped I wouldn't locate the key to this cipher machine inside. It would appear the noble reputation of the leader of the bastards was a facade. I'll decrypt it right away, so we can see what heinous deeds he was hiding.卢玛奇奥didn't simply cooperate with the alchemists. It appears he was Simon's hunting dog, stalking and killing those opposed to the alchemists. I am truly disappointed in Lumakio. I thought him destined to become a shining pillar of light atop Krat. Considering who the lighthouse keeper betrayed, I doubt he escaped unscathed. Unless, of course, he'd prepared a hideout. If so, the only piece of advice I can give for finding its whereabouts is to put yourself in the shoes of the lighthouse keeper.
Is that? Yes, it is. A Broad Bay lore cask. Aged 30 years. You have exquisite taste for a... Well, word around town is that the legendary stalker prefers Lab Lewy wine. But when it comes to harder stuff, nothing beats whiskey, eh? And since you know its value, don't even think about walking away without letting me make an offer.
Hey, buddy, see that? Over there. We found it. The Rose Estate. Leia should be nearby.
I can't go inside. Oh, it's you, my forever friend. I'm so glad to see you again. I followed the white butterfly here. I found the Rose Estate, but it's full of sadness now. I can't go inside. I'm okay. I have you. My new friend who looks like my old friend. You gave me the world again. I miss my old friend, but it's okay that you're not him. You're on your own journey, and I think that's wonderful. Will you promise me something? When your journey ends, let's meet again in a pretty place. Rizora will wait for you there. Rizora's creator was very much loved. I'm sure my creator would have wanted to be your friend too, because a friend is someone you will always happily wait for. When your journey ends, let's meet again in a pretty place. Rizora will wait for you there.
celebrate my triumph, and a beer is just what I need. Ah, good. This is the bottle of beer I saved. I bought 3 bottles of this brew after my wife left me. I already drank 2, and now this is the last one. The one I swore I'd only open once I caught the fish. Did you praise my catch to the villagers and the brat? Did the brat crack a grin? Oh, I bet he did. It's why I caught the fish, to teach Manolin a life lesson. That we are not made for defeat. That humans can be destroyed but not defeated. Let's raise a toast to victory with the beer I saved for this day.
Any enemy of the alchemists is a friend of mine. Come to me anytime. The door only opened for someone of great weight. Ingenious. Who would have thought? Well done. You have the keen mind of a detective. To condemn the lighthouse keeper to such a cruel fate, though, I'll never be able to stomach their evil wrongdoings. As long as the alchemists rule Krat, tragedies such as this shall never end. Thank you for revealing another truth. Without you, the alchemist's secrets would have stayed locked away forever. More problems remain, of course. For all intents and purposes, Krat remains under the thumb of the alchemists. I know that what I'm doing is something that must be done, but I often feel like I'm fighting alone in meaningless battles. The enemy is great, and I am but one man. Will my efforts ultimately be in vain? Will the terrible truths I know ever be revealed to the people of Krat? Will the terrible truths I know ever be revealed? You fascinate me. You talk of future events as if they've already happened. Your words bring great comfort. Thank you. They also remind me yet again of the person I must protect. My only family, someone whose life I pray shines with truth. I may be destined to toil through life, mired in deceit and lies. But my wish is for her to live happily. That's the sole reason I remain here and continue to fight. For now, I believe we both fight to protect someone dear to us. Is that not so? I had a hunch. Call it tracker's instinct. It is time for us to go our separate ways. I wish you luck. For now, it is